Yo, yo, yo!
What it do, baby?
What it do?
Yo,
How we doing, bro?
Chilling, bro. Good to see you, my man.
Dude, I had to get the genuine reaction, man. It's been so long since I've
Black and
seen
white.
you, bro.
Yes, sir. Old school.
You know what it is,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Old school with the iPhone, filming again, vlogging again. It's actually gonna be the intro to the podcast later.
Intro to the podcast.
Yeah. Or I'll just put this somewhere in the middle. We'll see.
Before the magic happens.
Before the meat, before the lifting, you know, all that good stuff. We're good. Let's run it, baby.
My brother.
Hell yeah. Oh, let me know if you want more salt after we cut into these.
You always put some more salt, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on, all you sexy subscribers? Right here, back at it again with the Meet and Rare podcast. I'm with my guy Neil Daryani, aka Neil Armstrong, aka Nordic Curl King.
No, I can't do Nordic curls.
Nah, you're a beast at Nordic curls, bro. You won't put me on the Nordic curls.
We'll just say I can for the camera.
All right. AKA, man, do you have any AKAs? AKA the most jacked Indian guy I've ever met. I don't know, like whatever else you want out in there.
Dude, Amir Khan's pretty jacked, though.
That's true. Yeah.
I can't get up there with the Bollywood actors, though.
Dude, those guys are crazy. Those Bollywood actors, man. Like, I saw Amir Khan's transformation.
Yeah.
When he did that one movie where he was like really fat, but then he became really jacked.
Yeah.
But I think he was already really jacked and then he became fat and then he had to get jacked again. Is that what the transformation was?
I don't know, man. But you know these actors, they only want to work out when they have like
That's right.
a set, you know.
That's right.
They got
That's
like
what it is.
professional trainers,
Right?
the diet.
Everything, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like only when they get paid millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess like in India, they're getting paid
Yeah.
crores of dollar or whatever.
And Afraz is about to be a rapper coming up very soon.
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I was hitting some bars in the sauna for Neil, and he's like, dude, you should make some music. And I was like, I gotta make some beats first. Dang, we let this sit a long time, but we gonna eat it anyway. Unless you want me to cook 2 new steaks, man, I'm down.
Oh no, this is plenty. But if you guys think Afraz could be a good rapper, put it in the comments. You know, we just need some beats. That's it.
Yeah, if you're a producer, hit me up. I'll rap over your beats.
And I'm talking to you, Namir.
Namir makes house music though.
I know.
Well, actually, no, he doesn't even make music. Unless like
Yet.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Yeah, always looking out for the homies, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't make music yet.
Any of the other boys participated in music, you know.
Yeah, I mean Taylor can freestyle really well.
Roger.
Have you ever met my friend Jair?
Jair, no.
Jair can rap really well. He actually has a lot of music out on streaming platforms. Shout out Jair Robinson. Yeah, he's a really good rapper.
Good?
Yeah, and
What's his name?
he does produce a lot.
What was his name?
Jair, Jair
I.R.
Robinson.
Robinson. You can find him on like SoundCloud or Spotify.
You can find him on I use Apple Music, right? Or you use Spotify?
Spotify.
Yeah, you can find him on Spotify as well.
I think I got him.
Yeah.
Let me check out his Instagram. Got it.
Got
Oh,
it.
he's Jack too.
Oh, he's jacked for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saw him the other day.
Dope. What kind of music does he make?
Rap, hip hop.
Yeah. Does he live in California?
No, he lives in Dallas. He lives in Deep Ellum.
Dallas, Deep Ellum. Nice.
He has a place in Deep Ellum actually. Yeah.
Cool.
So, dude, yeah, I gotta introduce you guys sometime, man.
Yeah.
He's good people. He's like, you know, very mindset wise, like very much, you know, like us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, your book is downstairs. I totally forgot to bring
That's
it.
all right.
All right, we can grab it later.
Yeah.
But I'm down
That's
to
good.
take a deep dive in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So literally, I mean, we do this all the time. Where we work out and then we cook afterwards. And so this is the first time we're filming it.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, that's how this podcast started.
Yeah.
Even just it was like I would always have these conversations with my friends over food.
Right.
And then it just would always lead into something. I was like, man, this would be really good to talk about on a podcast. Even though nobody watches it, you know?
What do you mean nobody watches it?
I mean,
I watch your podcast.
I got a couple hundred views, man. You know, it's here and there.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Dang, you be watching all the podcasts?
I do.
Dang, which one's your favorite?
I watch your reels.
You watch the reels? Yeah. Those are more digestible for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, than sitting down and watching a 2.5-hour podcast. Dude's just talking about.
You got to break it up like Andrew Huberman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like instead of like one giant 3-hour podcast, he breaks it up into those 7-minute clips where he talks about like very specific things.
Yeah.
So
just like small segments of an interview or a podcast where it's like that is what can attract a lot of views, right?
Yep.
And get shared, and it's relevant, right?
Yeah, it's very easy to easy to watch instead of like, having that 3-hour format.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I grab the salt from downstairs? We're good.
If you want it.
I don't know, bad. It's good. Turn the AC down real quick. But yeah, man, we'll tell them the come up story real quick.
Yeah.
10th grade, riding the bus, watching Fresh Prince after school, watching Sports Center, knocking on this guy's door to come get him to the gym, and he wouldn't respond, but now he's jacked. So it's good times, man.
Frost got me into fitness, and he really got me into like wanting to actually learn about it, get better, get certified. And Frost was like a trainer, what I'm saying, like the first person I ever worked with. And I hated it when we started. I was like, bro, I just want to watch Fresh Prince. I just want to sit on my couch after school. But it wasn't until I started playing basketball and I was getting bullied in the paint, right? And it was like I had to guard all the tallest dudes in the gym, right?
Yeah, because you were like 6'2" in high school.
And I would just get demolished. And I was like, okay, let's do some chest, let's do some shoulders.
Yeah.
And then I just like stopped hooping, you know what I mean? I was just like,
got more into lifting.
Yeah, I just got into lifting. But nah, man, I mean, you've always been a positive influence, and I'll continue to always learn from you.
Much love, bro. Back at you, man.
I actually prepared some questions for you today.
You prepared questions for me?
For you.
Dang, that's amazing. Usually it's the other way around. Usually I prepare questions for people.
I like to, constantly learn, and I want to like ask you, bro. I want to switch it around. Is that okay?
Dude, hit me.
Yeah.
Hit me. What you got?
Cool. So, Afraz, when you hear "be the change you wish to see in the world," what does that mean to you?
So I have a kind of a saying I say for this, right? Like, not for this exact Gandhi quote. Shout out Gandhi, but it's you want to kind of put so much positive, authentic energy out into the world that eventually it just comes around. Everything comes full circle. Big believer in that, right? People call it karma, whatever. But whatever you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. So, being the change itself, I would say it's just always being that little, being that like, it's going to sound so corny, being the light in someone's life, right? But not the light, but like being that person that kind of snaps them out of their day-to-day fog. I'll give you a great example of this. Happened literally yesterday. I was at Discount Tire Co. getting my, not sponsored by the way, but they did fix my tire for free. Still not sponsored, but I went there to get my tires aired up because the tire pressure light was on, and he's like, hey man, what's up? And I was like, hey, yeah, just like whatever, my tires are low. How's your day going, right? And he's like, oh, I'm pretty good, man. And then I was like, cool, man. Yeah, 30 psi, whatever. We just all the normal logistic stuff. And then I heard like at Discount Tire Co. they played the music really loud, right? So they were playing what was that? Got Me Up All Night, all I'm singing is love. J. Cole, Born Sinner. What's the album? What's the song called?
Man. I'm not as good at recalling music as you
Power
are.
Trip.
Power Trip?
Power Trip, yeah. She got me open on, right? So that's coming on. And I'm like, hey, y'all got the J. Cole playing today. And he's like, yeah, man, like I like J. Cole. I was like, cool, what else do you listen to? And he's like, oh, man, like that's a hard question. I was like, why? Because you listen to everything? Because that's the classic answer that people give. And he's like, yeah, I listen to this, that. And I'm like, cool, man, well, like I usually like have a very specific playlist. I just keep my library on shuffle. He's like, same, but I got too many songs. I was like, yeah, I like delete songs off my library. It was just honestly, there was conversation about music, right? While we're just like, I'm just sitting in my car, we're just talking through the window, right? And to me, this is like a normal conversation to have, just like shooting the shit with somebody, right? And like we just got into the topic of music or whatever, and he's like filling out my tires, and then I'm like, so what do you do? What else do you like do outside of here? And he's like, oh, I'm like working on my like certification to open up a dance school so I can send dancers to competitions. I was like, dude, that's cool as fuck. I've never heard that before. What kind of dancing do you do? He's like, oh, like Irish dancing. And I was like river dance? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, bro, that's crazy. I've never heard that. I don't know anybody that does that. I've only ever seen it on TV.
Can you do?
What?
Can you do that?
River dancing?
Yeah.
No, river dance like a folk dance, like Irish folk dancing. I don't know that shit, bro. But
Is it cool?
I saw that. It's all right. Yeah.
It's all right?
Yeah. It's a very niche. It's a very niche dance. Yeah.
Niche dance.
Yeah, it's very niche. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But talking about that, we're chopping it up, and he's like trying to fill up my last tire, and he's like, "Hey man, unfortunately I can't fill up this tire because it's too low. Like our machine like won't read it." And I was like, "Oh, no worries, man. What should I do?" And he's like, "Well, you can like take it inside, and you know they can set you up. If there's a nail in it, they'll like do it for free." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm on my lunch break right now, so I'll come back in a couple of days. You can't fill it up right now." And he's like, "Nah, like we're just not allowed to." And I was like, "No worries, no worries." He's like, "But you know you could like go to a 7-Eleven and like you know fill it up yourself." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a good idea. I didn't think about that." And he said, "I was like, thanks for being transparent." And he's like, "Yeah, man, like this is the coolest conversation I've had in the past month here." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, like people usually just come and they're just mad. They're just mad that they have to get their tires filled, or they're mad I tell them that like you know we can't do something, or like they're mad they have to like get their tire changed." And I was like, "Dude, what? That's not even your fault though. Like that's." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "Well, dude, it's all good, man. Like I appreciate it. This is a good conversation as well." And just hearing that, he's like, "Dude, this is the coolest conversation I've had in the past month." It was very surprising, but yeah, so very long-winded storytelling answer to your question, but.
Have you always been this way?
I don't think so. Have you ever heard this term? Learned extrovert? What do you think it means?
You gradually just worked on it to become an extrovert.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what it sounds like, right? So, I would say like, before a certain point in life, I wouldn't go out of my way to have those conversations.
Right.
But now I really enjoy being social. I think it gives me energy to start a random conversation with somebody, and conversations about anything. I've met some really cool people that way.
Right.
A couple people that have been on this podcast, I've met that way, just randomly, like at the mall or whatever. You know, like start up a conversation. Like we were like vibing on the same page, and just started hanging out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely like something that's learned. A lot of people I feel like aren't super social. You know, like they won't go out of their way to start a conversation. But that's been like one thing that
Yeah.
has been a big change in my life, and that's one big change that I saw in the world that I implemented.
Let me ask you, if there was a young guy, maybe a little bit of social anxiety, whether it's male or female, right? What's something you would tell them?
Get out of your head, because a lot of people, they walk around thinking about what other people are thinking of them constantly, or like they're like very like, when I say in my head, you know, it means like you're always like thinking too much about your own like what's going on, and people aren't really thinking about, you know, the present moment, like what's going on around them. So the advice I'd give, I'd say, hey, just get out of your head, just make the action, like do the action before you can think yourself out of it.
Okay.
Like, cause sometimes people be like, oh, I want to go
Listen to
talk.
your gut.
Yeah, listen to your gut. Be like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to go talk to this person, but like, oh, it might be awkward, or it might be weird, or I might like offend somebody, or like I might come off creepy. That's a big one for dudes. You know, they won't go talk to a girl sometimes because like, oh, I don't want to be creepy. It's like, yeah, but like, I mean, like the potential to maybe be creepy, or like you could miss out on like meeting your next, like meeting up, like I mean, it could be a 2-minute conversation, nothing, right? Or you could meet your next girlfriend, you can meet your next wife, you can meet your next best friend, like if you're, I mean, dudes, girls, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you never know what that one conversation is gonna do. Like you could be offered a job. Like my buddy Joshua that I met at the mall, we started chopping it up. He came on the podcast and he told a story about, he just started chopping it up randomly with some dude, and that dude offered him a job at Microsoft. Bro, he's been working at Microsoft for 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I don't know this guy.
yeah, no, I don't even remember him. But yeah, man. So I wasn't always like that. The biggest thing I would say, just do the action first and think about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a social, in like that
Yeah.
sense, not like a don't do some dumb shit and then think about it after.
Right.
Yeah.
Personally speaking, I think getting out of your head is so much easier said than done.
100%.
How do you go about being intentional about that?
Literally just any observation you see anywhere, like anytime you can just like speak to a person about anything, it's really that will open you up, right? So like my favorite is when I see somebody wearing like a shirt of like a sports team. I'll just be like, yo, go, whatever. I'm a Bulls fan, true and true, right? But if I see someone wearing a Lakers jersey, I'm gonna be like, oh man, Lakers, that's crazy. Like, what you doing in Texas? Or like, just saying something.
Right.
I do this a lot with like college basketball, like college shirts. Like you see someone wearing like a UT Austin shirt, like, go Longhorns, right? Be like, hey, did you go there, right? And there's like something that leads to conversation. Just like any piece, bro. Like there's one time my buddy Jair, he's like, one thing you can do to be more social is say hello to everybody. And I literally did that one week at college when we were at UNT. I did that. Everybody that walked by, I just said, hey, what's up? And I said it exactly like that. I was like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? They'd be walking by. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? And some people would be like, hey, how's it going? Like, hey, good morning. Hey, how's it going? Right? Some people would just like walk straight by. And I'd just be like, all right, good talk. You know? Like,
And don't let it phase you.
don't let it
right?
phase you. Like girl walking with her headphones. Hey, what's up? Just doesn't hear me, right? I'm like, all right, cool, good talk. Like, just keep moving.
We've done that, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah. Right? Like,
Right.
so you're at a loud nightclub. Hey, what's up? Someone doesn't hear you? All right, cool. Whatever. Good talk.
You got to be like that dude in that video online where he's like screaming in her ear at the
Oh,
nightclub.
yeah. Like that Blake Griffin meme or whatever, where he's like at the baseball game and he's like trying to explain something to her, and he's like in her ear.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. What about you? Do you feel like you're more?
Oh.
Do you feel like you're more social now than you were when you were younger?
I was gonna say.
Kind of like, was it like gradual?
Yeah.
Like
I think one of my favorite things to tell people is when you bump into them, right? What's the most common thing you're gonna hear?
How you been?
No, I mean like just a random stranger like at the grocery store, and you just brush arms with them.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, right?
Yeah.
And I always tell people, I say, hey, don't be sorry, say hello.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's easy. Yeah.
And maybe a conversation starts, maybe it doesn't, but you just kind of have that mindset where it's like you're not taking up space in this world. You know what I'm saying? Just because you accidentally bump into someone doesn't mean you owe them an apology.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yes, excuse me is of course polite, right? But instead of saying I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. Hey, how's your day
What's
going?
up?
Yeah. Hey, how's the grocery run?
Yeah.
Like whatever. You can say anything. You
Yeah.
can say anything you want to anybody within reason.
Yeah, that's just like one of my favorite ways of just like taking a normal, dull interaction where nothing really meaningful happens, but maybe you like connect eyes with that person, you just laugh for a second,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you just continue your grocery shopping, you know what I'm saying?
That's big. That's really big. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's such a small thing that nobody thinks about. Also, like complimenting works really well. I mean, like, there's been so many times I'll see dudes with like cool ass shoes. I'm like, yo, dude, your shoes are fire. Where'd you get them from? They're like, yo, that shirt's fire. Where'd you get it from? And tell girls like, hey, I really like your look. Like how you put this all together. You know, it's not always in like a. It's not always like in a sexual. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and get me some. Like it's not that type of way, right? When I'm talking to girls, it's sometimes it's just like, hey, like, hey, I like your look. Have a good day, right? Whatever. And so it's kind of just like these little things. Like I mean, it doesn't. The comparison I like to make a lot is, are you giving value or are you taking value? So imagine how easy it is in your head. Just think of a scenario, right? Say you have $100 bill and you go to a table full of people and you say, hey, I want to give you guys $100, right? It's really easy to do that, right? Versus if you go to that same table and you ask for $100. That's hard.
Yeah.
Asking a table, right? Giving value is giving the $100. Taking value is asking for $100. So if you go to someone says, say, hey, that's a cool shirt, like that's an awesome shirt, and you're awesome for wearing it, right? Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Boom. That person's day instantly just like got better,
Right.
And yeah, you have to, I mean, like, of course, like be genuine, like actually mean it. But sometimes, if you just want to like get out of your head, just be like, hey, dig the shoes. Where'd you get them from? Yeah, those look fresh with that fit, right? And it's not anything like crazy or weird. It's just like, yo, you're just complimenting something. Dude, I bet you like sometimes like that makes people's days. Or like just telling a girl like, hey, super random, thought you were absolutely adorable. Just wanted to say hi. And then if a conversation continues from there, cool. If nothing happens, then it is what it is, right? But that one interaction, one, it'll get you out of your head because you'll start building social momentum, and two, you'll brighten the other person's day. So those are really big. Those are really big things.
What is social momentum?
It's like when you first go out on a night out, or like if you when you first leave your house, you're very in your head. You're not in the present moment. But as soon as you start talking, if you talk to like 2 or 3 people, back to back to back, you don't really like. It feels good. Then you want to talk to more people, right? Or like same thing on a night out. A lot of people like, and you can cheat this by like if you go out and you drink a glass of alcohol, you pretty much lose your inhibitions, and you feel more relaxed, right? There's a way to naturally do it without drinking. The only reason I know that is because I'm sober. Is talking to multiple people throughout the course of the night. Because a given nightclub, there's 100 people there, not more, right? So just like slowly just making your way around, just saying hello, hi, hey, how's it going? What's up? How's your night going? Hey, what do you think of this place? Hey, what are you drinking? Hey, what drink do you recommend? Like whatever. All that talking just gets you out, like gets your mouth moving and gets you out of your head.
Yeah.
So that's really important. My buddy Danny talks about this a lot. He was on the podcast a few weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago now. And he has a whole channel about like being social and like approaching people, and like the channel is mainly like focused around dating. But shout out Danny Nicoletti. But I mean, he talks about that. He talks about that a lot about social momentum.
Right.
So
social momentum.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that? Like you're just out on a night and you just like meet some cool people.
Yeah.
Right.
One thing I've noticed is that I feel more sharp after work than I do before my work. So during my work, I'm talking to people, I'm engaged, I'm, building relationships. And then at the end, when I leave my job, I feel like, I don't feel drained after a day of work. Like, I know a lot of people feel tired and like, they just want to relax and stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, like, I feel energized, like, when I get off my job because I spent my whole day just like
talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sales. That's literally, that's the biggest reason I love sales, because you go through the whole day and every interaction is different. You're not doing the same thing over and over again. You're filling out spreadsheets and you're making quotes and all that stuff and you're like sending emails. But the people you meet in person or like over Zoom or whatever, that no 2 conversations are ever going to be the same. So same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you talk to like 10 prospects in one day. Even if none of them buy, or if like all 10 of them buy,
Right.
like you still have a good day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, you can carry it over into the rest of the week too, like just because you don't have a deal, or I'll relate this to like social relationships, right? Just because you meet someone and you don't get their phone number or you don't get their Instagram or whatever it is, right? You never know when it's going to compound into like, something meaningful or
for someone else. Like if you're talking to this girl for like 2-3 minutes and she's like, no, she's really not interested. You can't force somebody to like you, right? You just got to move on to the next person and just say, hey, it was great to meet you. Hope you have a good night, right? And just, that takes a lot of emotional maturity as well. It takes a lot of like, being rejected multiple times, being, approaching multiple people to get to that point where you're just like, all right, okay, no worries, have a great night. Because you want to bring the people into your life that like you for you authentically, which is really big. Man, I had a really good point. I was going to ask you, I was going to transition into like, we both have like very similar career paths, like personal training, right? Personal training and fitness instruction to sales. How did you feel like, and this is a question I did have prepared, how do you feel personal training helped influence you to be good at sales?
Wow. So how did personal training influence me or have carry over to my current sales job?
Yep.
Yeah. So, personal training was my first job out of the pandemic. I was at Texas Family Fitness and, I was at a pretty low period in my life. I didn't utilize my time during the pandemic well. And I don't know if you know the specifics about Texas Family Fitness, but I was struggling to pick up clients like 2 or 3 months, right? My colleague goes out with an injury and then I pick up his whole book of business overnight, right? The next day I have like 20 or 30 clients.
Right.
And within a week, half of them stopped training with me, right?
Wow.
And that really just caused me to have some reflection, like what am I doing wrong? Like maybe I'm not providing enough value, right? To justify having this book of business, right? That's when I just started to understand that I need to better provide value to other people, like end of story, right? And it starts with just building rapport, building relationships, saying hello to people,
Yes.
introducing yourself,
Yep.
learning about them. Like all those soft skills have to come first
Yep.
before you have the degrees, the certifications, you know what I mean? Like the skill set, whatever it is. If you can't convey that or even get people to want to spend their time with you, nobody cares.
Yeah, the personal aspect of being a personal trainer, sometimes, I would say like 90% of the time, the personal aspect is more important than the trainer aspect. Like, I mean, of course you gotta know the knowledge and stuff,
for
but
sure.
you really gotta like, you gotta meet people where they're at and like explain to them how, you really gotta like dumb it down for people sometimes on how their body can transform, how their body can change, how like where they are today versus where they want to be, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now.
Right.
And same thing in sales. You're like, hey, look, this is where you're at right now. You want to get here. What's the bridge that gets you there? You know? Like, how do you feel like you'd get there? And then, of course, you talk about, you don't talk about your product. You talk about how your product can fulfill a problem that they have. So same thing with training, right? It's like you really get to know the person. You're like, hey, what are your goals? Oh, I want to go on a cruise in 6 months. I want to get in this bikini. Okay, cool. I got you. Let's focus on that. Like, what are some exercises you really like? What are some you don't like? Like, I had a client who hated wall sits. So I was like, look, I'm not going to make you do wall sits. We can find alternatives that work the same muscles, and we can up the intensity to make it be the same thing if you just don't want to do wall sits, So how do you go about building rapport with personal training clients? Then how do you build rapport with your potential prospects?
Just a second. I got a big piece.
No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, man, we're killing this, bro. It's like 2.5 pounds of ribeye right here.
Have you seen that podcast, Hot Ones or Hot Wings?
Yeah,
I feel like we're on that, bro, but it's not hot. We're just eating.
It's just salty ones. salty steaks.
What do we have a name for your podcast? Like, what is it called?
It's called the Medium Rare Podcast.
Oh, really?
I said at the beginning. I was like, yo, what's going on, you sexy subscribers? Welcome to the Medium Podcast.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's all good.
Whenever I hear you say
maybe I
steak
didn't
terms,
say it.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, it just sounds like everything. Like, I don't know. And plus, you like rare steaks. You don't like medium rare.
Yeah, but the Rare Podcast doesn't sound great, The Rare Podcast. Hey, guys, welcome back to the Rare Podcast. Neither just medium. Hey, guys, welcome back to the Medium Podcast. Hey, guys, welcome back to the Well Done Podcast. Right? It doesn't have the same ring to it. But, yeah, I do like my steaks rare. We just let these sit for too long today, so they're like medium well. No complaints.
But to answer your earlier question, whenever I wanted to introduce myself to someone on the floor, I would like look at what are they currently working out, right? Like what muscle groups are they targeting? What's their focus, right? What are they trying to achieve from spending their time here? And then maybe I can just start by giving them some like freebie.
Free
you know
game,
what I'm
dude.
saying?
Free game.
Yeah.
Free game.
Like, hey, like I saw you doing a deadlift, right? I saw your back was rounding. Let me talk about core engagement. Let me talk about maybe lifting the barbell up a little bit off the ground, right? Things like that. When you see someone doing a squat or deadlift, 9 times out of 10, an extra set of eyes can go a long way.
Such a long way.
Yeah.
Because there's something that you're not catching.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be like something like, okay, I just gave you this tip. Now we got to start training, right? No, you can literally just introduce yourself, give them a little bit of free advice, ask for like a complimentary session, right? Go from there, right?
Free value.
And then get them engaged and wanting to keep talking to you, learning from you, right? You got to like set the bait, right? Like we can't just go out there and freaking kill bunnies, right?
You can't just throw the spear. You got to set the bait.
We got to lay the trap,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's essentially what it is. But yeah, I mean, just constant improvement in your craft and then being able to give that to other people. That's what it's all about. That's everything in life, right? It's not just fitness. But I think fitness is a great way to go about talking about that, right?
Yep.
And we both are obviously have a lot of time in gyms.
Yeah, man. Man, those apartment gym days are something else. For sure. So
let me ask you, man. How many times have you been in the back of a cop car?
0.
0?
Never. Knock on wood. Let me keep that streak alive.
Damn.
I've been pulled over a few times. I've only gotten 1 ticket
Wow.
for speeding. Also, knock on wood. I'm gonna be really careful.
Yeah.
Can't be bragging. I never brag about this stuff.
Yeah.
I got 1 ticket. It was in 2017. I was on the way to LA. I was on the way to work at LA Fitness actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't make money. You don't make that much money as a personal trainer at LA Fitness. So pretty much my whole entire paycheck for that 2 weeks went straight to that ticket. Never worth it.
No.
What about you? Is that a
Twice.
question you want to answer? All right, cool. All right.
I was hoping for a funny story.
Allegedly. I did get pulled over by the cops in 7th grade with Sahir and Ruta for jaywalking. we thought, I mean, we were all shitting our pants because we were scared, but they didn't end up doing anything. But yeah, twice. Dang. Got a good story?
Another big piece.
Oh, man. All right, cool.
Did you watch the presidential debate the other day?
I caught the 2-minute highlights.
Bro, but you would get a great example on how to avoid questions
Yeah?
and redirect
From who?
both candidates.
Oh, really?
Well, mainly Trump.
Well, I mean, that's politics. That's pretty much politics, right? They're like,
Yeah.
you only want to say what benefits you. You don't want to
but
say what
And I'm not
hurts you.
saying it's like Trump, but I'm saying it's just politicians, right?
Yeah.
They'll ask him a question, and then he'll be like, let me go back to what the previous subject was.
It's like, see, this ties in perfectly with, it's like, so what do you feel about nuclear war in South Korea or North Korea? Well, this ties really well into federal rate cuts and why we should really be focused on deflationary measures, you know? I didn't even watch the debate, I just made that up on the spot. But, like, that's probably, like, what he probably could have just said some shit like that, you know?
I know for a fact someone asked him that if he lost this election, right, how would he handle it? Would he accept it?
Yeah.
And he, what do you call it, deflected off that in like a snap. But he deflected off everything, bro.
Dang.
But at the same time, it's like, it is what it is, right? It's not like a Trump thing. I think it's just a politician thing.
Yeah, politicians have to be really good about that.
What I was going to say was like, I was like pretending to deflect off eating this steak. I was like, oh, I got a big piece, right?
Yeah.
But no, a funny story I have was I was jumping around on top of a school one time, like an elementary school. And we were just like, I don't know what you call it, parkour.
Yeah.
But we were just jumping from one building to the next.
Yeah.
And we looked down, and we're about to jump down and like go home. We see a cop just waiting there. It's like, what's up, guys?
No way.
And we start running, bro, the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And this guy catches us. I don't remember how he caught us, bro.
He caught all you guys?
Yeah.
How many
Just
guys were
me
there?
and one other person. Do you remember Thomas Wheeler?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. I was with him.
Dang. That's crazy. How old were you? Were you in high school?
Like 8th or 9th grade, probably.
Dang, long time
no,
ago.
9th grade. Yeah. And then I went home in a cop car. Yeah. I was,
they
like,
just
I
knocked
was
on your door?
bawling, bro. I was
yeah.
so sad. I was like crying.
He just like knocked on your parents' door and was like, hey. See, I was like jumping from one building to another.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, thinking about it, it was probably for our safety, bro.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, we were obviously trespassing.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea to not do that.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Wait. you and I have definitely done that a long time ago. This one night, me and Charles. Remember I fell and I sprained my ankle?
I'll remember that.
It was a random Friday night when we were in like high school.
If any girl is listening to this and you want to be serious with the Fraz, you better not say anything because he will remember everything you say to him. You cheat on him, he's never gonna forget.
Oh, dude, if you cheat on me, you're done. You're getting blocked. You're done. You're out of the family. Yeah.
This guy's got a memory of
that just
an
took a
elephant.
turn. That just took a turn. Yeah. What's that Childish Gambino line? He's like, it's on, dude, it's gonna bother me. I have to look at the song. This is the other thing. I also like try to relate everything to hip hop lyrics. I know the line, I know the gist of the line, but I don't want to butcher it. I want to get it word for word.
Dude, is it just me or can you just eat steak endlessly? Like forever?
I get full eventually.
Really?
Yeah. Why? Do you want me to throw another ribeye on the pan?
A little bit of fruit or honey after, I'll be fine.
Oh, dude, yeah, this honey, yeah, bro. I feel like it's tradition eating honey after. All right, bro. He goes. An elephant never forgets, so my dick remembers everything. Shout out Childish Gambino.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was really good. But yeah, I will remember everything. Or like it's always just like random memories, you know? On the drive from the gym to my house, we were just talking about like, yeah, I remember that one time we used to just hang out at the pool and we went to Chicken Express that one night and like they gave us like all this chicken for $5. This is in 2013, so you know, like, $5 is a lot of money.
We're not eating that.
You can have it. It's just fat.
Oh.
It's like fat and
Isn't fat the best part?
it is, but I can't eat too much fat right now because my gut. Because fat just turns to liquid, and then it's really good for like if you're constipated. You eat a lot of fat, you'll be good. But I had the other issue because of my colitis, my stomach issue. So. But if you want,
Yeah.
help yourself.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
there's some fat
Yeah.
and some meat. This one's just pretty much all meat and fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another question. I usually ask this towards the end of the podcast, but it's a really good conversational one. So like I've been wanting to ask it earlier. If you could have dinner with any two people from history, who would they be and why?
Wow.
History is anything from this moment and backwards. So they can currently be alive today. So like any two people, dead or alive.
Philosophically speaking, maybe Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi. Two people. Can I throw in a couple more?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a whole dinner.
I would love to talk to the Buddha. That'd be cool. Let me think. Nelson Mandela. Cool. Malcolm X.
Malcolm, yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm X. Yeah.
Haters want my name beside
Nope.
an X like Malcolm. Only Drake line you'll ever catch me quoting.
Man. Who else was just like revolutionary, you know, to the world? Brought so much.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Yeah. I heard he's intense though.
Same.
Yeah.
I listened to a few of his interviews.
Yeah.
You know what I saw the other day?
Yeah.
I saw Steve Jobs, like the title of the video was Steve Jobs unveils the iPhone in 2007.
Yeah.
It was so ahead of its time back then.
Yeah.
I look at it now and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
dinosaur. But it was,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
such a game changer, you know?
So simple, but so revolutionary.
So
How
revolutionary.
can something be so simple but so revolutionary at the
but
same
so
time?
simple. Because he's like, what we're designing is we have a new iPod, we have a phone, and we have an internet connector. And then he's like, I don't think you guys are hearing me. We have, because everyone thought it was 3 separate products. Because he's like, yeah, we got a phone, an iPod, an internet connector, an iPod, and a phone, right? And then like all 3 of those icons like come together, and it like makes a cube, and then like the screen spins, and then like it's like introducing iPhone, and it's like this like freaking like tiny. Like, do you remember the old iPhone was like this big, right? It's like this like tiny thing with the home button, and like it's like the iPhone 2G.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I remember that was like the peak. Like if you had an iPhone in the 8th grade, like as an 8th grader in 2008 or whatever, it was like, man, this guy bucks. Like, you know?
I was gonna say he's got money, but
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, same thing, right? No, like, I remember I got mine. I think I got mine like 2009. Like I had a 3GS. My dad got one at the same time, and dude, like I was just like, I was like, man, no, I don't want anyone's fingerprints on this, you know, like. But we play Words with Friends on the bus and stuff all the time.
Have you read his autobiography?
I haven't.
I haven't.
It's called Jobs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I heard it.
I can lend it to you if you want. It's a read though. It's long.
It's long?
It's long. It's like 700 pages.
That's long, bro. I just read Ross Perot's biography. You know who that is?
The museum guy, right?
Yeah, Ross Perot, yeah. So, he was, I would definitely love to have dinner with him. He'd definitely be one of my 2 people, for sure.
Why that?
I read his book, and, like, I read it way late. I read it really late. I got it in, like, 2011 or 2012. I didn't read it until just this year.
Wow.
And
It was good?
it's really good, dude. Really good. It's called Life and Time. Robert Perot, My Life and Times. So the first half is about his come up, like how he grew up, how he was raised, and all that. And then the second half is like, his advice to. And then the very end of the last couple pages is like all of his achievements and awards and stuff. He was an Eagle Scout. He was in the Navy. Like, he worked at IBM for a while, a long time. And the biggest thing, like the one thing that stuck out, he was a sales rep. He went from the Navy to like being a salesperson at IBM, and he hit his yearly quota in the first 18 days of the year.
How?
I have no idea. He was just a really good salesman, and he was really big into like building rapport and implementation and like getting stuff done. He was like always working ahead.
Dang.
And so they did that, and yeah, I'll take it downstairs if you're done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
So it was like a lot
dog
of
would go to town on this, bro.
dude. Yeah, I've freaking bit into these before. I mean, you can just like
A dog would like go to
yeah.
He's so happy to get that.
Yeah, right. None of us have pets, or otherwise I would save it.
You should get a dog, bro.
No, it's not happening. I don't want to take care of anything with a heartbeat for at least the next 5 years. I know it's a crazy way of saying I don't want pets or children for 5 years, but yeah, man, Ross
You
Perot.
want a girlfriend? You gotta take care of a girl who has a heartbeat.
Man, she can take care of herself, bro. Yeah, you're right. So, but Ross Perot, he would like do all this, and eventually he came to this idea to IBM. He's like, hey, look, right now IBM is selling a lot of hardware, right? They're selling a lot of like actual computers, but they're not like selling the software in the computers that can like customize it to each individual person. He's like, why don't we come up with computers that are like very specific, and like we focus on software. Back then, the world was like 80% hardware, 20% software.
Okay.
And then he brought, so like
Macintosh, like real big, right?
right, yeah. So like if I don't know if Apple was around back then, but like it was like if a MacBook is the hardware, and then like Salesforce is the software, right? Like Salesforce doesn't really have they don't sell any hardware, right? They only sell software. It's like it's SaaS, right? Software as a service.
Right.
And so he's kind of on that wave beforehand. He's like, yeah, there's gonna be a big shift. He like kind of not predicted it, but he's like, there's gonna be a big shift. So he started his own company called EDS, Electronic Data Systems, and it got acquired. But he focused a lot on software over hardware, and then they struggled. It talked about like his come up of like having a startup and like barely making any sales, like hiring people, and like eventually they started to get traction. They made business, and then I think he sold it for like $1 billion.
Wow.
I think General Motors bought it or somebody. I don't remember. But somebody bought it. He was like the largest. Like Ross Perot was like the largest shareholder of General Motors for a point in time. But he always had really good, he had like really sound advice. And he's from Dallas also. Like he lived in Dallas for most of his life. Ross Perot Museum, right?
Yeah.
But I remember there's one quote in there. His dad used to say it. He's like, I used to be mad that I used to be angry that I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet.
Being grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be mad that I had no shoes till I met a man who had no feet. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being grateful for everything you have, you know?
Right. He was raised poor?
Yeah.
Wow. What a come up.
Yeah. He was raised in Texarkana.
Texarkana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he ended up moving to Dallas.
Well, I wanted to tell you something.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of something I thought about the other
Yeah.
day. So, Bronny James, got drafted by the Lakers.
Yeah,
Right?
I saw
Respect
that.
to him, right? And he's getting a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism,
Yep,
right?
yeah.
For how he's playing in the draft, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think he should have been drafted by the Lakers, right? I was listening to an interview with LeBron James, and he was defending his son.
Right.
Right? And he was saying, you can't necessarily compare him to me. And like when I was coming out of high school, I had a lot of pressure. I had a lot of I had to make it. You know what I mean? Like it was like live or die, right?
Yeah.
Make
it or die. Yeah.
Yeah. And like he was trying to defend Bronny in terms of like he doesn't necessarily have that same sort of like what do you call it? Yeah, pressure.
Expectation.
Yeah, expectations. And it made me think about like my own life, right? That we can't let like comfort get to us. You know what I mean? Like, think about being a celebrity's child, right? Jaden Smith, Bronny, right, etc. When you know you have something to fall back on,
Yeah.
it can sort of give you a sort of comfort in your
there's
life,
cushion.
right?
There's cushion. You're like, oh man, I'm chilling regardless of what happens.
But we all sort of have like that same degree, right? Like, of course, we don't have the fortunes of the James and the Smiths, right? But like, we still have like support, and you know what I mean?
So blessed
Yeah,
to grow
so
up in
blessed,
like a middle class household to like loving parents,
right?
You know,
how do we sort of go about like waking up as if we didn't have anything to fall back on, but still have that same mindset of just like a killer, like a Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? You have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah, I guess it's in a world full of comfort, you really have to you really have to apply that that pressure on yourself. Like, because we grew up very. I mean, I would say we had a pretty comfortable life growing up, right? I mean, like, better than most people, like better than a lot of people lives, right?
Sure. Around the world speaking.
Right, around the world, but we're speaking, right? We didn't grow up in poverty. You know, we had shoes on our feet, we had a roof over our heads, we had air conditioning, food on the table, bro.
Tuition,
Dude,
tutoring.
school, like we were blessed to go to like Plano school districts, which were known as really good, right?
Right.
So yeah, man. I mean, we grew up in a very comfortable life. I mean, dude, we were watching Sports Center and Fresh Prince after school, right? Like a lot of kids our age were like, not kids our age, but like a lot of kids, outs that aren't as blessed, like
in India,
they probably have to work, bro. Probably have to beg for money, like all this other stuff, right? And so, I think you really have to apply that pressure on yourself, and however you do it, whatever story you tell yourself, that's kind of how you do it. You're like, oh man, I gotta. Your back's against the wall, right? But it's really not. Like, it's really not against the wall. It's like, I don't need to do it. But you have to really almost trick your brain in a sense of kind of saying like, hey, I got to do this or else. Like, you got to really have that back against the wall mentality.
Right.
A lot of people kind of, like, one of my friends, he did this. He moved out of his parents' house after college, and he moved to Austin, and he tried to make it in Austin. You know, like he's like, dude, I gotta do something. Like, whatever's happening, like I gotta make rent. Like, that puts pressure on yourself. Right? I gotta make rent. I got a car payment. Like, having all these, like, having stuff that causes a lot of pressure. So, yeah. How would you do it personally?
Man, I like to tell myself that I got kids.
Oh yeah, even if you don't. Like allegedly.
Just think about like, say you got a child on the way, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to
support them.
Not only provide for yourself, but for other people, right?
Right.
And just trying to like kind of have that mindset, where it's just like you don't have things to fall back on.
Yeah.
But you do, right? How do you sort of find that that medium, right? I don't want to like go about like rushing about my life and like being constantly stressed and like go.
Yeah.
But I want to find that perfect
middle ground
where it's like I'm intentional with my time, but I'm not like stressed or hurried, you know what I mean? Or like feeling like I haven't done enough. I feel like that's what we all are trying to like sort of find, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of being grateful for what we have, but also knowing that we can push ourselves further. Like, we have our limit is higher, right? Dang, that's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this down real quick so we can just talk.
Yeah.
Without
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Yeah, sounds good. Here, I'll pause this real quick.
Where do you get this raw honey from? They don't sell it at Costco.
I get it from Sprouts. It's the only place I can find it, actually.
Yeah. Ooh. How much do you take? Just a tablespoon?
Dude, you can have as much as you want.
Really?
I got hella jars downstairs.
How much is it?
It's $10 a jar.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's really good, man. The quality of the honey is so good that I don't mind paying.
1 tablespoon, 60 calories. That's not bad.
Yeah, 17 grams of carbs.
I feel like my honey has way more carbs and calories. I'm not sure.
I think so. I think all honey is like about generally the same.
It's a lot more thick. When they heat it up and they pasteurize it, does it just like become like liquidy and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Pretty much what we were talking about earlier about the evolutionary pressure. It's really You really have to set it on yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, I think you might be out of the shot since you're standing up. I'm not sure, but just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right now, how do you practice gratitude personally?
Gratitude.
Like, how do you practice it?
Every morning when I wake up and my feet touches the floor, I have a moment of gratitude there. That's really it, honestly.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Every day above ground is a great day.
I don't know what it is. Just like when my feet touches the earth, it's just like, I don't know. It's just a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like write anything down or like, you know.
You just have it like,
Yeah.
you're very mindful about it.
Yeah, that's just like my moment of the day. What about you?
I write a lot.
Yeah.
I journal a lot. I'm just like, and it's always like small things, right? Like I went to eat Korean barbecue the other day, and I was like, man, this Korean barbecue's hit. I'm feeling blessed.
Yep.
Literally, that's what it is. Like I just feel blessed to like be able to have this life, man. It's like nothing fancy, bro. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, live in my parents' house. I have a Honda Civic that's paid off. Like I get to help my community out every week. I have a great job. I can go to the gym. I could do sitting in this like benefit of sitting in. Bro, you know people like get heat stroke because they don't have like air conditioning inside their house, right? Or like
In Texas?
like when we know, well, maybe in Texas, but like
Yeah.
I'm talking like the motherland, like
Yeah,
India, Pakistan,
India,
right?
Pakistan,
Like
yeah.
AC is a luxury there.
Dude.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
right? Yeah, you just had my boy just had flashbacks right now. Last time he went,
Summer breaks in India are terrible, bro.
dude. I remember that was such a big thing, like going back home for.
You gotta go in the wintertime.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been in wintertime.
Ooh.
Was it like 70s?
It's like 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like LA. Mm-hmm. Have you traveled a lot in your life?
When I was younger, I haven't really this last 5 years. Yeah.
If you could go anywhere, where would you go? And like, you know, it can be any destination in the U.S., outside the U.S., whatever.
I have a couple spots I need to go to. One is actually an hour outside of Mumbai. It's a meditation resort. Actually, by the guy who started it, his name is Osho.
Osho, yeah.
Osho, yeah. His ashram is still out there, and they turned it into a resort. So you can go, you can take classes, you can stay, you can volunteer,
Nice.
you can meet other people. Good vegetarian food, things like that. It's they have like peacocks, it's gardens. It's,
Wow.
They have a gym, they have a pool, they have like, it's
Hey,
it's
a
fancy.
resort, yeah.
It's fancy. But it's also India at the same time, so there's a sense of like, you know, it's not gonna like run you a
If you
lot.
leave, and if you leave that place, then you'll
Yeah.
see like, you know, it's not all like that.
Right. Outside of that, I want to go to Japan.
Oh,
I heard it's not that expensive either.
really? It's going on my
Yeah.
list of places to go to.
Yeah.
Just eating sashimi and wagyu all day, every
Yeah.
day.
Seafood, the culture. I just want to like learn about, you know, what are they doing in terms of, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Literally nothing happened. It was just I freaked out way
yeah.
more than I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But,
culture, yeah.
the culture, the traditions, you know, the sense of community. Man, I had a couple other places. It's just, I can't think about it right now.
Yeah. That's a solid list, though. Like
Yeah.
a meditation retreat in outside of Mumbai, and then Japan.
I did write it down recently. I was like, there's this new place that I wanted to go. Oh, yeah. I want to go to like either Peru or Costa Rica and have an ayahuasca trip. Have you heard about that?
I've heard of ayahuasca, yeah.
I want to go.
It's like the thing, they like mix it and you drink it, right? And then you have like a vision or something.
It's like psychedelics.
Psychedelics,
Yeah.
that's what it's like.
But they've been using it for a very long time in terms of like healing practices.
It's like a Native
I think
American
it's a Native
thing,
American
right?
thing.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people, a lot of different countries have been using it for a long time. Yeah.
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah. And it's not legal here, so you have to go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to go to like Costa Rica or Puerto Rico or I think it's Peru.
What do you know what they put, like what all the
I know
mixes
it's
are?
plants.
Oh, it's a bunch of
And they have
plants.
to mix it with a couple other things for it to be
Cause you-
biodigestible or something like that.
Is it like, does it cause you to,
Bioavailable.
it cause you like, you trip or do you like hallucinate? What is it?
So I know there's traditionally a 3-day retreat, and the first day is like, it's hard. It's your first day of sort of just like coming, you essentially face your fears on day one. And then days 2 and 3 are more about just like harmony, acceptance, like insight. But I've heard that first day when you're on the trip,
It's challenging.
it's intense. And a lot of things come up that maybe you've been suppressing.
Or like that you're holding down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
But
tough.
I want to try it. I want to take my family.
Oh, that'd be big.
Yeah.
I know you're really
My
big on
sister.
meditation,
Right.
right? So when you meditate, what are you thinking about? Like, do you think about something, or is it you just try to like free your mind, or is it like what's your process?
Yeah. So really, I just try to focus on my breath because the breath and the mind are directly correlated. There's a bridge between each other, right?
Between the breath and the mind.
Between the breath and the mind. So if you can, make the breath really deep, as well as, longer duration of your breath, right? As opposed to really short, just, right?
And like the breath that people do without realizing it.
Right,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
shallow.
Shallow,
right?
yeah.
You want the breath to be deep.
Deep
right?
breath. Okay.
Yeah, deep breaths and quiet as well. Like really soft, quiet. You shouldn't be able to hear your breathing.
Like nothing like.
Yeah, yeah, right.
It should be like very like.
You shouldn't hear your breathing at all, and it should be really deep. And if you focus on those two things, and you keep a nice upright posture, that's really all silent meditation is in the general sense of speaking. I'm talking in the most general term.
Most
right?
broad, yeah. Like
broad
most
term.
vague term
Yeah.
of meditation.
There's of course there's like 1,000.
There's so many different ways to meditate, yeah.
But I think if you follow those couple principles, you keep a strong spine, you have really deep breaths. I like to think in a book, hold your body as if you were drinking water, right? As if you were drinking water. Yep. Nice tall posture. Yep. And deep breaths and quiet. That's it. You close your eyes. And I would say try to have one point of focus. And it could be your nose. So
So you're thinking about your nose.
Thinking
as
about
you
your
breathe in.
nose as you're breathing, right? That's one of the best. Some people think the belly, the abdomen, like have the abdomen
move,
expand and,
Contract.
contract. Yep. But it's either the nose or the abdomen are the two most widely known areas to focus on during meditation.
So when you close your eyes, deep breaths, but try to make them not try to make them soft.
Quiet,
Soft,
yep,
quiet,
quiet
deep
and deep.
breaths with your eyes closed.
Yep.
And you're focusing on one point of contact. So are you imagining your breath going in and out of your nose with your eyes closed?
Yep.
Wow.
And the strong spine.
And strong
So
spine.
the low back should be almost like contracted.
Like tight, yeah.
Yeah, the low back should not be rounded
yeah.
or relaxed. It should be nice and strong.
Gotcha. So I guess those 5 things, right? So upright posture, deep breathing, quiet breaths, one point of contact,
One point of focus.
one point of focus,
Yep.
and eyes closed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then you can just do whatever you want with your hands.
Yeah.
You can sit however you would like. You could be in a chair. You could be on the ground. You could be laying down in
laying
your bed.
down on the ground. Oh, on your
Yeah.
bed too? Okay, wow.
I don't think there's any sort of set.
There's no rules, yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, you want to be on
Besides
the
those,
floor.
yeah.
Yeah. But if you need support, totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice. How long do you personally go for?
So it's constantly changing based on what I need. I try not to, I want to follow like a strict, 30 minutes every day in the morning and the night. That's just not realistic, right? We're going to have days when it's like, oh, I don't really feel like it. I don't have time. I just want to sleep, etc. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think you need to do it on an as-needs
As-needed
basis.
basis.
But you should have some sort of framework where ideally that's what you would like to do.
Right.
Right? In a perfect world.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not going to get it every single day. For me, mine is 30 minutes in the morning,
Yeah.
5 minutes after lunch,
30 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes after lunch.
and then 30 minutes before I go to sleep.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a perfect world.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, in a perfect world.
Perfect
right.
world.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that 5 minutes after lunch is a great way to avoid the crash
And decompress.
and to get some digestion going and to just get your head recentered for the rest of your day. Right? After lunch, typically, how do people feel?
Groggy and sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take 5 minutes after your lunch and just focus on your breathing. Maybe sit in a comfortable position. Have that food get digested. Don't just jump straight back into work or, do anything else.
Give yourself some time.
Let yourself recenter after you eat. Typically, lunch are the biggest meals,
Yeah.
of the day, and that's when you should have your biggest meal because that's actually when the sun is at its highest point.
I've heard that. Yep.
And your digestive fire is at its strongest
Yeah.
ability.
It's the best time to eat your biggest meal is when the sun is the highest.
Yeah, but then you also risk feeling bloated and tired and lethargic after you eat. So I think we need to have some strategies in place to counteract that sense of just like, maybe we need a nap, right? In Europe, they actually
Take naps.
Do you know they close businesses
like
every
2
single
hours,
day
right?
between 1 and 3 o'clock? I didn't know that. I just
Don't
learned
they do that in
recently.
Pakistan and India too?
I don't know.
Maybe
We
they
need to do that here, bro.
Maybe they just open at 3 p.m.
But I think, people here wake up around, 8 o'clock? Pretty standard, right?
Standard, yeah. Sometimes earlier.
If it was like 6 o'clock, if that was like the standard time to rise, I do think as a society we would need at least an hour to like.
A nap? Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people still get up at 6 now. If they have to commute and stuff,
Yeah.
commute like in the city, they live in the suburbs, I think those people still have to commute. So they might be I mean, I was commuting from one side of Plano to the other side of Plano, and I would have to get up at 6:30 every day. So, dude, maybe naps, maybe we do need naps already, like now. So then those guys in Europe, if they take 2 hours, that means they just stay like till like 7. They close shop at 7 instead of at 5 or
I
whatever.
have no idea. I need to figure that out. But
That's interesting.
a lot of companies are investing into like regenerative or recovery things for their employees. Like they'll
Yeah,
get
they
like
are.
massage chairs.
Yep.
They'll get like yoga rooms, yoga studios.
Yeah, the yoga rooms,
Yeah.
those are big. Or like just like a couple, like some random fitness equipment in a small room, and then you just kind of go in and do whatever.
I think there could be more of that.
Yeah, that'd be important. So this, I remember it was last year in like maybe October or September. You went on a meditation retreat
Right.
in Texas.
It's not good.
I'm done. Yeah. Do you want some more?
I'm good.
All right. You went on a meditation retreat in
Right.
Texas, right? How was that? Can you tell us about your experience? You can give an overview. You don't have to go super deep dive, but
Right. Man, so I got fired from my dream job at Exos. Right? I was a personal trainer there for 3 months. And I had a salary, I had a full-time working schedule. I was essentially getting to work with people on fitness and not having to do sales.
amazing.
Or
That's
quota.
literally the dream job for a personal trainer. Side note, if
Yeah.
you're thinking about being a personal trainer, you're going to be a salesman first.
Right.
It's like 90% sales, 10% training.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the ultimate gig for a trainer. I
Right.
understand that. Why you said it was your dream job.
And I was getting world-class education, right? They train athletically in Frisco and Phoenix, right? I was getting all that material, and I was able to apply it to the general population, right? Obviously dumbed down, right? We're not
Right.
doing athletic training,
Of course,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
But in terms of like the templates, the warm-ups, the structures, we called it pillar prep. So like it's essentially corrective exercise,
Yeah.
but it's not NASM, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
exercise.
It's not
called
CES,
pillar, called pillar prep.
Yeah, it's not corrective
And
exercise
so,
specialist. Yeah.
was just learning so much. Unfortunately, I lost my job, and I was like, what do I do with this time? And I had a couple people tell me about the meditation retreats. My cousin Dave, I don't know if you know Jay Shetty. He's like very well known.
Yeah, Think Like a Monk guy.
podcaster,
Yep.
author, things like
Yep.
that. And I've heard him talk about the meditation retreats. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know when I'm going to have this time again in my life.
Right.
Right? I'm kind of struggling to find another job. Why don't I just take 10 days and go on a retreat, come back and get back on the job hunt? Like,
Yeah.
it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a week and a half,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? Like,
What real stuff am I going to do in a week and a half? Yeah.
and so, applied, got accepted, went, and man, well, I like to say it's a 10-day retreat, right? You don't take a phone, you don't have any books, you don't talk to anyone for 10 days.
Wow.
Right? And they're going to teach you a technique that the Buddha taught people 2,000 years ago, right? They're going to separate boys and women so
Yep.
that you can actually have time to like focus on yourself and concentrate, right?
That makes sense.
And they feed you a vegetarian meals.
Yep.
They lounge you. It's free, right? All they do is ask you for a donation that goes towards a future student. And so out of the 10 days, there were 2 days that I call it the avatar zone. And essentially on those days, I woke up at 4 a.m. and immediately got out of bed. I didn't feel like I needed to
Wow.
stay in bed longer.
You're
Like
shy of
I didn't
bed.
need to hit snooze, right?
Yeah.
During my meditation sessions, they were so deep and intense. Like the 60-minute sessions, they felt like they were 5 minutes long.
Wow.
Because I was so engrossed
Right.
in the meditation. And during the breaks, I could meditate with my eyes open, and I could go in and out of a meditative state with a single breath. So
Wow.
essentially, like, I could be meditating at all times, like 24/7, right?
Would you need the same kind of routine? Like, would you need to be like spine up? Like, would you need to like?
No,
you
no,
need
it
to-
was just like how I woke up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And the other 8 days were just like the complete opposite. Like the 60-minute sessions, they felt long. I wanted them to be over. When I woke up, I felt like I needed to stay in bed longer, right? I felt like, I needed more rest.
Yeah.
I needed snooze, right? And I haven't been able to get back into that zone since days 3 and 4. And but one thing they teach you in meditation is to not crave past experiences or sessions.
Wow.
And so just to like,
Great life advice too.
no matter how you meditate today or how you meditated a year ago, don't compare them,
Right.
right? Each experience is different, and be grateful and just cherish every single session, regardless of like how good it
Right.
was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But of course, I want to return. I want to live every single day in the avatar zone, right?
When you say, is this like the term they came up with?
No.
Are you talking about like the Avatar state from
Yes,
Avatar: The Last
yeah,
Airbender?
yes.
Amazing show. Amazing show.
Yeah.
Some Uncle Iroh quotes
Yeah.
be hitting. Mm-hmm. Dang. So that to you was like that was like the zone, like the effort, like where time just flew by type of thing? Or like you
The
felt like
meditations
you
were really deep. They
Right.
flew by.
And you call it Avatar state because
Yes.
for Aang in the show, it's like that's the moment he was like, elated. That's where he was at his strongest,
Right.
but at his weakest at the same time, type of thing.
At his weakest.
Do you remember?
So when
like,
he would
no, he was
leave
at his
the avatar
strongest.
zone,
He was at his strongest, but he was
Yeah.
his most vulnerable.
most vulnerable.
Because if he dies in the Avatar state,
Oh, yeah.
then like there's no more avatars after.
Right.
Yeah. But that's where you felt like when you were in your Avatar state in the
Yeah.
meditation sense of things. That's when you were like wow, this is the best I've felt meditating.
I've never really known what it was like to have your brain working cohesively. Like everything. I think what had happened on those days where my unconscious brain turned into my conscious brain.
Wow.
So you know how they say we use about 10% of our brain,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
I honestly believe on those days, the numbers skyrocketed.
Wow. That's huge.
I don't want to say
Okay.
100% because
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I'm not a
But like
neurologist,
definitely
but
higher than 10%. Yeah.
And that's essentially what I believe is some of the goals behind the retreat is to be able to allow your brain time to relax and regenerate in order to once again make those connections gather to one another, right?
Right.
And we
Wow.
spend so much time, right, stimulating our brain that we don't let it actually recover and rest to be able to form those new connections again.
Wow. Dang. I just want to take like 30 minutes to meditate tonight after
Yeah.
this. Yeah, because I haven't felt like, I'll do the max I think I've ever been able to do is just like 15 minutes silent, Like I'll do like the unguided meditation on YouTube to where like every 5 minutes it dings. So that way you can kind of refocus your attention.
Right.
But it's always all these, you just have like random thoughts come up in your head. And it's never, they're not, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad thoughts, but like, it's just like random things that you think about throughout the day. It's like, oh, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do here? What am I going to do there, right? So all these like random things. And so, I don't know, man. I've never felt that like clear. I've never felt that much clarity in a meditation session. So, were there any, I guess, I don't know, any like specific things that you felt like you were doing on those 2 days outside of the other days? It was just
There's no
you just
explanation.
you just fell into it. Dang,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, that's something really that's a really cool thing to think about.
Yeah. And I think all human beings should experience it. And maybe you won't get that same,
Feeling.
experience that I
Experience,
did, right? But we're all going to have our own experience. And I don't think you should, feel less or feel more than anybody else. And when it comes to meditation, they advise us to not talk about it with other people so that people aren't comparing.
Gotcha.
Right? Your meditation sessions and how you experience them should generally be private.
Gotcha. Do you mean like the things not talking at the retreat or anybody
In general?
Oh, dang, guys, I gotta re-edit. I gotta take all this out. You guys can't listen. You can't hear any of this.
But the reason I do share this is because
Yeah.
I want people to go for themselves.
Right.
And experience it for themselves. But I'm talking on like a general sense, right? Especially like at the retreat, you get to talk to people on the last day.
Right.
So you can like make friends, get a WhatsApp, go to the airport, take people to the airport, whatever it is. But they advise us. It's not like a rule, right? There's 5 rules when it comes to the retreat. And you don't kill anything. You don't engage in any sexual activities. You don't lie. You don't consume any drugs, alcohol, and you don't steal. Right?
Oh yeah,
And
those are great rules of life too. Yeah.
those 5 things.
Yeah, minus sex, but yeah. The other ones are great rules.
I'll tell you, bro. Meditation.
Yeah. Some intense stuff, dude.
Once you get into it,
Yeah.
you would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Already so hype. I'm so hyped to be calm.
To be yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about being calm or relaxed or tranquil. It's about being yourself.
Who you are. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's why a lot of people who are like really big into like dating recommend meditating, because it's like it teaches you how to be more authentic. Because you're like when you're in that meditative state, that's the most you that you're going to be. Interesting.
Right.
That just put a couple things together for me.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to switch gears a little bit. And we talked about the training, talked about the sales, meditation. I don't want to go back to the training, but I want to go to, you and I are both very specifically into like corrective exercise, functional movement, mobility, stability, right? How did that, like, for me, it was, the ACL tear and the shoulder injury kind of got me into that world.
Right.
What got you kind of into that that space of fitness? Because it's not like like you'll see like bodybuilders doing vlogs and stuff, but you'll never see a bodybuilder like friggin' doing like the world's greatest stretch or like stretching his hamstrings or something like that. I'm not saying never, but you'll never see them do like corrective exercise and all the mobility work. Maybe they do and they just don't show it. But how did you get into that world, and kind of like what have you found from it?
So first and foremost, corrective exercise is a beast.
Yeah.
Like the amount of material you're gonna have to learn, and then actually applying it is a whole nother ballgame. But what I was finding was I wanted to have a unique service to others that other people didn't have.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do was, what drew me to it was corrective exercise.
Right.
I saw a lot of people with back, shoulder, knee pain, and I'm not a physical therapist, right? But I work in a gym. It's still a preventative medicine field.
100%.
Right? But how do we go about bringing essentially the physical therapy aspect of personal training, of fitness, to a gym?
Yeah.
Right? And I do think corrective exercise is wonderful, but it's a lot. And honestly speaking, I don't think getting the certification or even taking the course is worth it. I think you can learn a lot about corrective exercise and not spend so much time and money on the course.
Yeah.
When it's like, if you want to do like corrective exercise, go be a physical therapist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like you can focus on training and then just like incorporate different corrective exercise modalities.
Yeah. Into your routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
But don't spend the time, don't spend the money. It's a lot.
Yeah. And a lot of it, some people can go their entire lifting career without an injury. It's rare, but like actually it's not rare. A lot of people can just like, they'll feel sore, or they'll feel, oh yeah, man, my shoulder's been, that's okay, it'll go away. And it does go away, right? Yeah. And some people are just like, dude, my shoulder's been hurting for like 3 months. I can't like do this anymore. Like, what do I do, right? And those people are the ones that like look up. It's like, oh man, maybe my chest is tight, my bicep is tight, my rear delts aren't strong enough, and once you start nitpicking all the things, you see the body differently. You don't see it as like, you don't see it as like, oh, just like I'm just doing a bicep curl. You see it as in like, oh, like my fist is balled up. Like it's gonna like add. My forearm's gonna be tight when I do a bicep curl. I got to make sure I keep my shoulder in a certain position. You know, you start seeing the body differently. Or like one big thing for coming from the ACL injury, right? I don't view my knee as like I can't do knee stuff to make my knee better. I got to do hip and ankle stuff because the knee is the joint in the middle of that. Same thing. It's like if your shoulder is upset, or if something's wrong with your shoulder, you got to check your elbow and your wrist. You got to check your chest. You got to check your biceps. Like
everything around it.
Everything around it, yeah. Because most of the times it's not that specific piece. It's like that's just the referral pain, right? So the world is so interesting. Yeah, and I'm glad. Yeah, got to know your perspective on it. And it kind of is. It's like bringing physical therapy to the gym. Yeah,
I think corrective exercise adds a lot of value, but we need to make it more easily
accessible,
pliable,
yeah,
to the people who actually take the courses, because it's just a boatload of information.
So much information, man.
How do we actually use it,
dude,
and apply it to our clients? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then make it something where they're not bored, they're engaged, they see the value in it. Yeah. Right? You have to get those both on the same page.
Getting a buy-in from a client to do, like, let's say, like a kneeling rotation, right? That opens up like their hips and their upper back. To them, they're gonna be like, oh, like, dude, I don't want to do this. Like, this is like boring.
I just want to burn calories.
They're like, yeah, I just want to like get on the treadmill. I want to go lift. I want to like go do these. I want to go do leg press. I want to go do squats, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, trust me. Like you do some of these like weird like things with your the hip. You do some like hip warm ups, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, you'll be able to squat deeper. Yeah. You know, you'll feel less pain in your knee when you squat.
Right.
Like all this stuff, right? Or like one of the most boring things is like a single leg balance, single leg. But you're just standing there on one leg, right?
Yeah.
You just be surprised how many people can't stand on one leg for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And if they can, you'd be surprised with how many people can't do it with their eyes closed. For 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like balance.
Yeah, balance.
I need to do it more often, honestly. Yeah. I think if we all did one balance exercise every gym session that we went into, it could add up over a long period of time.
And that could just be like a plank, right? Or like a 3 point plank. 3 point plank.
3
point plank, yeah.
Even a bird dog for some people
bird
is
dog
is
that's like where you're just holding at the top,
A lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
But there's a ton. There's a ton in balance. But when it comes to corrective exercise in general, right, we have don't get me wrong, we have the like foam rolling.
Yep. Myofascial release.
Myofascial release. And then we have like stretching, right?
Yeah.
Like the shortened muscles. And then we have like the lengthening, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then we have like the activation, integration. All those things take like at least like 15, 20 minutes. And most personal training sessions these days
are like 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck getting someone to pay you to do the corrective exercise in the actual programmed manner. Of it.
That's exactly why I tell that whenever someone wants to work with me personally, I always say, I'm like, look, we're gonna spend an hour literally just doing I'm gonna spend the entire time just doing mobility. Like you're gonna do just mobility stuff for like the first session because I know you're gonna be messed up. Like I know you're coming in messed up. I'm not gonna put you on this to further those imbalances.
If you have someone who's obese, elderly, just starting out in the gym, corrective exercise could be wonderful for them. Because it's low intensity, but they're still moving their body.
Still moving around.
And they're gonna feel good after they do it. But for the general population, it's hard to get that.
It's hard,
buy-in, right?
Yeah. Especially if you've never been injured before and you're just like a 19-year-old. Your warm-up, my warm-up when I was 19 was I go to the gym and I throw a 45 on each side. And I would do like 10 reps of bench. I'm like, all right, now I'm warmed up. Now I can add some more weight, right? And that was it. But if I had been doing some, maybe some YTs, Ls, or As and stuff, and then maybe some some band pull-aparts or something before that would have been such a game changer.
I also think if someone comes to you seeking corrective exercise, then it's a good opportunity.
100%. Yeah.
But you can't be like, hey, I think I've seen your knee cave in. Let's do some like knee valgus corrective exercises. People are gonna be like, wow, what the heck? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
It's like, look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now, but one of these days you're gonna blow your knee out doing some dumb stuff, and you're gonna wish you talked to me 15. And it's like it could be like 15 years down the road. It could be years and years down the road. It doesn't have to be like right away, but it's all. I don't know, man. It's that what's that quote? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. right?
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Yeah, because 1 ounce is
Right.
1/16 of a
Right.
pound, right? So ounce of prevention, is worth a pound of cure.
Okay.
So it's like all the stuff that you do to prevent. And I feel like the only people who really understand this are like if they're over like 40, 45 plus, those people, when they come to me for corrective exercise stuff, they see the most benefits out of it.
Right.
But if someone who's like 18 to 20 to 21, like they're not gonna see much benefit. Like sure, they're gonna take like they're gonna take a 2.5 pound plate and go like this, and then they're gonna go like this, and then they're gonna be like, all right, cool, let me throw up 90s on my overhead press, right?
Right.
But someone who's like was like 50, 55, like my eldest client I've ever trained is 63, and he had like some issues with the shoulder and the knee, and after we did corrective exercise, he got functional movement back of both of those. It was a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, motorcycle accident.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He also cured his type 2 diabetes, which is pretty
type 2
cool.
diabetes.
Because we were working together for like years, and even just like, I'm telling you, man, even like you said earlier, just like the movement stuff, like just moving around enough, and then like doing some work on your own at home, it adds up.
Yeah.
So it's big.
No, I've had a couple people where I just literally did mobility exercises, corrective exercises, and just trying to get them to even move properly. And I don't know if you've seen that machine, but it like shakes. It's like you press
the power
button on-
plate.
Power plates. Put them on there.
Yeah.
They're safe, and like they have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And just like guide them through it. It's one of like the most free devices or technology I've ever seen.
Yeah. They have that at Lifetime.
Yeah.
I hop on it sometimes.
I think it actually helps with like blood flow and circulation.
It
I'm
does
not
because of the
sure.
vibrations.
Yeah.
Dude, we should look it up.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I know at Cooper Aerobics, they specialize in like geriatric medicine and cardiovascular health. Those trainers use it religiously, bro.
At Cooper?
Yes. I know the fitness director there, and I think she like designs the programs for all her trainers to use. She's really smart.
Yeah. Tri-planar vibration technology designed to engage muscle fibers up to 97% more than traditional training.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, radiate force throughout the body when you stand and perform movements on the platform. This triggers reflexive muscle contractions automatically, the intensive without excess exertion. That makes sense, man. Whenever I stand on those, because the NASM book talks about the power plate, but it talks about doing stability, stability work on them, like single leg hip abductions or like single leg balances. So I do a lot of those on power plates. Yeah,
okay.
15 minutes a day, increased strength. Young men doing squats on a vibration plate saw 1.3x greater strength gains. Vibrating dumbbell curls boosted bicep strength by 36%. Dang, I don't know about that. Over 6 months, middle-aged subject lost 11% body fat doing vibration plate. I don't know about that.
Have you seen these things where it's like electrostimulation? You haven't seen that?
I don't think I've seen that.
They like put things on your body to contract the muscle, and it's like a 20-minute workout, like once or twice a week. And it's supposed to be like as effective as going to the gym for like 3 hours.
Do you do stuff okay.
But it's supposed to be like enhanced.
I've never seen that. There's some interesting stuff out there.
We gotta try it out. We
Yeah.
gotta do a video about that. Dude,
I'm down, dude. That'd be a cool video. That'd be a cool video.
We gotta get like free trial though.
Wait, where do we do that?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Oh, yeah,
It's
but
like
what's it called?
Stimulation or something like that. Like they put a vest on you or something, and then they'll like plug you into like a bunch of different.
Electrostimulation workout?
Something like this.
It's like that?
Something like this. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what
Oh, wow,
it is.
that's interesting. EMS, listen to woman exercise.
They have a bunch of
EMS?
studios around Dallas.
An EMS workout. Imagine you could reap the benefits of strength training without logging tons of hours in the gym. Instead, all it would take was a few quick 15-minute sessions hooked up to some wires, and voila, serious results. A pipe dream? Not.
What's that?
This article's written. It seems like it's written by a high schooler. An EMS workout involves the same movements as many other workouts. The difference is the addition of electrical stimulation to recruit more muscle fibers. E-stim. Oh, I've seen E-stim. Chiropractors use E-stim. Like they put like a couple pads on your thing, and then they like it has the thing. They use E-stim a lot whenever. So back when I tore my ACL, which is the wrong leg. Back when I tore my ACL, every time I flexed, I had no muscular definition. Dang, we should have hit some quads today, bro. My quads are looking tiny. So I couldn't, like, every time I flexed, like, the only thing that moved was like this, like, literally, like not like only my IT band moved. I couldn't flex my quad after I got my surgery. And so what they did is they put the e-stim, the physical therapist, they put the e-stim here and here, and like that stimulated the muscle to work. And after doing that for a few times, I could finally like feel my quad. I could finally stimulate my own quad.
Wow.
Through my own mind muscle connection.
Could you feel like what it was doing to
I
your
could
body?
feel. Yeah, I could feel it tightening up, and
Whoa.
then yeah.
Was it uncomfortable, or was it like?
It was.
a good amount?
It wasn't painful. It was like it was like I was doing a leg extension.
Properly.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess if you might be having trouble activating your lats or your glutes or your chest.
Yeah, you
this
could do
could
that.
actually
That'd
be
be
fire.
crazy. Yeah, or like activating like your rear delts or something. If you can't activate your rear delts, like
I feel like rear
doing something
delts are
like
not a problem.
Yeah, or like maybe lower traps.
Lower traps.
Lower traps are
yes.
tough. Yeah. Lower traps are so tough, man. I really have to I have to really think about when I'm doing something. When I activate lower traps. That's why I really like laying on the ground flat and like doing these things. Cool. EMS training sessions are fairly short. Blah blah blah. EMS training beneficial. Oh, that's interesting, man.
Yeah. We should
Okay.
check it out.
Yeah.
A couple things we got on the bucket list.
Free trial,
check
bro.
that out.
Free trial. Bro,
Watch
next
us
time
get
we go to
hugs.
yeah, right. Next time we go to Lifetime, let's hop on the power plate and do a
Let's do the
couple.
power plate.
We'll do a couple exercises. Yeah, right.
And then you got to rap, bro. We got to get you on a couple beats.
You got to rap, dude.
Yes.
Actually, I've had a couple people rap on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, they just freestyle, but they're actually like it was Jair freestyled, and then my friend Rafi.
Rafi?
Yeah,
I don't know Rafi.
he's a Bangladeshi guy. He is one of Sahir's childhood friends too. He can rap. He can rap really well.
So I'm writing this down. EMS workouts.
EMS
and then
workouts, power
raps.
plate, raps, and power plate. Dude, what about rapping on a power plate while doing an EMS workout? That too much?
While trying to pick up a girl.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, sup,
What's up,
girl? My man, that's crazy. What's up, girl? You like my... And dude, your voice would be like vibrating, like, well, what's up, girl? You like my stimulation? Hey, girl, I can stimulate. You're really like, wow, or some shit like...
Doing some like glute bridges or
Yeah. Be like, what's up, girl? You like my bridge form? Like...
Man.
Oh, that's great, man. I love that.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But so
Dude, I
wanted
was about to
talk
ask.
you about
I was just
this.
about to ask. I
Yes.
was like, do you want to dive into
Ayurveda.
this? Yeah.
So
Ayurvedic home remedies.
I'll give you. I know you're a carnivore diet, right?
Yeah.
But there's multiple things outside of your diet that could potentially benefit your life.
I agree. That's why I ate grapes for the
Yes.
first time last week.
Grapes for the first time.
Yeah.
And so there's 3 different, categories that people are grouped in Ayurveda.
Okay.
And they
So
call
take
it
some notes.
doshas.
Doshas. Okay.
Doshas, yeah. And so I'll give you a brief description, but I'm the first type of dosha, which is vata. So vata is essentially, it's an air quality. And what this means is that I have like a small body frame. I talk fast, I walk fast, I drive fast. I have ADD, and I have trouble focusing on one thing at one time. And, this is the type of person I'm trying to talk about, right? Like, we're very all over the place. That's vata. And then we have pitta. And how I like to describe pitta is they're ambitious people. So they're like doctors, they're lawyers, they're engineers. They have that medium body frame dosha. They're right in between the two, the 3. And I think that's actually where you fall, but I want you to read this and to see if it makes sense, if that's something that aligns with you. And then we have kapha. Kapha, they're going to be more large body frame. They're going to be more sedentary, more relaxed people. They're going to be people who talk slow. Maybe they go on vacation and they want to sit on the beach as opposed to going on a hike, right?
And, like, doing adventures.
They love TV. They love coffee in the morning, right? This is kapha. But for you, I think you're actually pitta. So you're the middle one.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So what's cool is once you learn about what dosha you are, all you have to do is apply those remedies from that dosha specifically.
Wow.
You don't need to learn about the other 2.
Right.
All you have to learn about is living this lifestyle and balancing your own dosha. So when they say your dosha is out of balance, for example, I want to take, I have a loved one, right? A family member who is heavy kapha, right? So he loves TV, loves coffee, loves being sedentary, loves relaxing, and it ultimately leads to him getting sick a lot. Cold, mucus.
Because you're not moving too much. Everything kind of just sits stagnant in your body. Okay.
Cough, sneezing.
Yeah.
Right? That means your dosha is out of balance. Right? So this is all about just bringing everything back to, homeostasis. Right? But this is how the East perceives medicine.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, this is good.
So
Avoid excessive heat.
Yeah.
Dude, heat kills me. Yeah. Excessive steam. Limit salt intake. That's kind of tough. Eat cooling, non-spicy foods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't eat any spicy food. Well, yeah. Drink cool drinks. Exercise during the cooler part of the day. Wow, that makes so much sense, man. Because I love drinking tea, but tea makes me feel so it's good. But I only drink herbal tea, of course. But drinking hot drinks is so tough, dude. It's so tough for me. So maybe that's a good.
There's a saying to drink cool.
Yeah, it's a drink cool, but not iced drinks.
Huh. No, Pitta people are generally, they run warm.
Yeah.
And my sister's Pitta, she keeps the upstairs at 70 degrees, and I'm at 78. And I don't know if you see Vata people, but we like to keep warm.
Oh, because you run
right?
cold.
Yeah, I'm constantly wearing a hoodie. I love to be snuggled up. I love to be in a sauna. Just when I was coming to your house, I had the windows rolled up. I was sweating.
Yeah, that's true.
And I genuinely enjoy that. I love to bathe in the sun, even though I know it's bad.
Nah, dude, sunlight's good.
This is me.
Oh, this is you.
This
Okay,
is me.
fast walking, talking. Oh, attributes. Okay.
I'm sure you probably can think of other people that fall into this. You can probably think of people already that fall into these 3 different doshas, and you can kind of just think about it. So we generally have a dominant dosha, but then we have one that's a secondary. So for me, my secondary is Pitta, and I don't relate to Kapha at all.
Right.
Yeah. If I'm going on vacation, I want to go on a hike. I don't want to sit on the beach.
Right.
I'm very active. I love to expend energy, and just keep moving, But Kapha people, they love to relax.
Dang, this is really cool. I'm going to take a couple of pictures of this before you leave. Solid.
And then if you just want to browse this book, it'll go over things like routine and diet and natural remedies, home remedies that you can use for your dosha.
Right.
And just see if anything seems interesting to you, right? So this is diet. So you can see your Pitta right here, right? So we can start with something and you can kind of see maybe, my body doesn't respond well to this, right? And it will probably fall in that no category. So you can start with fruits.
Wow, this makes sense, dude. I've always apples have always been so weird to me eating as a kid. I used to eat apples all the time, but it's it's weird. Wow.
And they do have an asterisk here, so okay rarely with 2 ones, or okay sometimes I think is 1 star.
Oh wow, I like this
okay in moderation.
Yes, grapes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yep, red and purple. They don't say green, which is interesting.
Yeah, pineapple, plums, pomegranates, okay. Wow, okay, so this is fruits, vegetables. Nice, okay. Prickly leaves, vegetables, grains. Yeah, grains, I don't mess with any grains at all. That's because of the colitis. Every grain messes me up, but interesting. Amaranth, barley. Black beans, animal foods, buffalo, chicken, eggs, fish, rabbit, shrimp, turkey.
Oh my God, they say no for beef. That's crazy.
I only eat,
that's crazy.
99% of my diet, yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you take this with a grain of salt, right? It's
but I get
beef,
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, white chicken. Dang, that's crazy. I like tuna. I eat a lot of. Dude, this is all the food I eat: lamb, salmon, tuna, chicken, dark meat. I only eat chicken thighs. I eat beef.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's so interesting. This is pretty much my diet, bro.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So this could be your second dosha,
right,
the one that's just below it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only reason I do eat like that is because of the gut issue. But this is really good. It's crazy. I just switched from salted butter to unsalted recently. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot better.
Yeah.
Ghee, Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's cool. Goat cheese, ice cream, yogurt. Nice. This is cool. I don't really do any condiments, but that's good to know. This is actually really good to know because look, like, do you see all this stuff? And
Yeah.
it's like almost nothing, right?
Right.
And the condiments here is like all these condiments are a big no. I like never use condiments. Nuts, seeds, oils, ghee again. I like that. Beverages. Aloe vera, apple, black tea, grape juice, mitra. Dang, this is so interesting, man. And Ayurveda is like ancient Eastern medicine, right? Wow. Wow, man. It's cool. It's cool that you showed me this like on the podcast. Get my very genuine reaction. What is this? Usual
This is going to go into the different types of, if I'm not
emotions, I guess?
mistaken.
Or
The food-related sort of byproducts of what you eat, like how it makes you feel. They kind of group foods into like energizing, or it can be something bad for your body, right? Where you feel depressed, tired, right? They group the foods into different sort of categories based
right.
on how they make you feel. I haven't gone that in depth, but yeah, this is just going to be like, and what's cool is you only have to look at what's going to be applicable to Pitta individuals,
Oh, okay,
right?
okay. Oh, and it says all three of them
It'll
on there.
say, it'll say like for Vata, for Pitta, what you should do.
Yeah, bites and stings. Oh wow, it literally goes into depth on a lot of
If there's
brittle
anything you're like
nails,
thinking about, whether it
cataracts.
could be like physical, it could be like mental. There's so
Oh,
many different things that you can look
yeah,
at.
cold and flu. This is the best remedy for colds is ginger. Here are several examples. Yeah, ginger I've heard. Yeah, it's very common. Oh wow, look at this colitis. Colitis is caused when vata pushes pitta into the colon and inflammation occurs. The basic line of treatment is to pacify pitta. Wow, I don't know what any of these are.
They're going to be in the index.
Diarrhea, mucus, blood from the rectum. Luckily, I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't bled in a long time. Definition: such a basti enema using tea made from bilva, sandalwood, licorice root. Licorice contains food precursors of natural steroids, which will help heal the ulcer. This is a safe, simple way to correct colitis. Oh, I do. I take licorice pretty often. It's awesome, soothing. Simple beneficial remedy for colitis: to eat cooked apples with a pinch of nutmeg. Peel a couple of apples, remove the seeds, and cook. Make them into a pulp. Apple juice will help relieve the burning sensation. A person with ulcer colitis should never eat hot, spicy food, drink alcohol, or use tobacco, all of which provoke pitta and will significantly irritate the colon. Nice. Don't do any of that anyway. Exercise to start. When a person has ulcerative colitis, the colon is very weak. To strengthen the wall of the colon, lie flat. Oh, dang, they're showing exercise. It's cool. Conjunctivitis. Oh, wow. This is the other thing I have sometimes. In eye inflammation.
Dude, I knew you were Pitta, bro.
This is a pitta condition. Oh, wow. So colitis and conjunctivitis are both pitta conditions? That's crazy. Wow. Cilantro leaves. On closed eyelids. Coriander eye wash. Wow. Goat's milk compress, herbal remedy. Dang, this is crazy. My dad struggles really bad with this. Dang. Have you read all of these, or is it
I've
kind of
skimmed
just
through it for
Yeah.
my personal uses, but I have not touched Kapha or Pitta, honestly.
Oh yeah, because you'll look at
Yeah.
vata only, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Dang, there's something for everything in here. Like literally, it just goes down. Hypertension, impotence, irritable bowel syndrome. Oh, this is the same Combination of a jet lag. Dang, there's an Ayurvedic thing for jet lag. Hour before flying, swallow 2 capsules of ginger with a cup of water. Kidney problems. Man, there's some good stuff in this book, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. This is nice. Oh, I like this right here. Start your week with meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Many people experience extra stress on Monday. They have to travel a long distance work and start another week at a job they don't enjoy. It's a fact that heart attacks are more common on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
To help reduce stress at this crucial time, keep in mind that Monday is the day of the moon, and the moon represents the mind. So begin Monday morning and your week with 15 to 20 minutes of meditation before going to work. Regular meditation, morning and evening, is one of the best things you can do to keep your stress levels low. Amazing. Wow, sunburn. Aloe vera, coconut oil, iceberg, a little fresh cream. Limit your time in direct sun. Before going sun, apply neem oil. Neem oil, wow. I've never heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Apply neem oil on your skin. Man, this is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, if you're looking for like something that you might add to your daily regimen,
Yeah, definitely take a look at those.
there's one that goes well with a lot of different people. It's an oil massage. So you heat up the oil and you rub it in the direction towards your heart, and then you shower after about 30 minutes. Do it like once a week.
Do you massage yourself the whole time, or?
You just like take the warmed oil and you rub it in the direction towards your heart. And just kind of like focus on that, you know, just your breathing, your massage. And for Pitta people, it's sunflower oil.
Okay.
And generally speaking, you want like cold pressed. You want something that's high quality. You're putting it on your body, right? Your body's going to absorb it. And they do have like Ayurvedic oils for an oil massage specifically.
Yeah, that's cool. I use you know the magnesium oil I use? I showed you the last time? It's just like, it's just magnesium oil.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But yeah, I just do that and I rub it on my neck before I go to bed.
Yeah, every night. Yeah.
Not every night.
Not
But
every
it's like
night,
I need to do it every night.
I would definitely recommend this, you know.
Yeah.
Heat it up. It doesn't need to be really hot, but just warm. Applying it on your body. Let it maybe soak in the sun or do some light exercise.
Yeah.
Cause a little bit of sweat. Let that oil seep in.
Right.
And then you shower and just get ready for your day.
Yeah, wow, look at this. It does do well with a moderate amount of exercise. Swimming is especially helpful for cooling pitta. That's crazy. I literally just started swimming 2 months ago. I'm feeling so much better.
Yeah.
Exercising up to 1/2 of one's capacity. Exercises until sweat forms on the forehead, under the arms, and along the spinal column. Straining is absolutely not recommended. Wow. Dude, that's what I've kind of been on that lately. Like, you just kind of go into the gym and, like, just, you know, I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, you know? I'm not trying to, like, get jacked anymore. I'm just trying to maintain and get all the physical and mental benefits of working out. So.
Did you want to hold on to this and explore it further, or you're good?
I think I'm good. I'll
You're
definitely,
good?
I mean, I wrote down, like, you know,
For
Pitta,
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of that stuff in the book was, like, very accurate.
You can, like, now that you know you're a Pitta dosha,
Yeah, now I can just
Google
look that
it.
up. Yeah,
Learn so much more online.
Yeah.
And then if you have any, like, specifics that you're curious about, you can always reach out to me.
Yeah.
But it is empty.
Oh, man, that sounds good. Let me see what time we're at real quick.
Yeah.
Are you good on time, or do you have to run?
I'm actually probably going to leave soon.
Okay. Let me
Thanks,
ask you...
guys. If anybody watched this, you're a beast.
Yeah. Let me ask you a quick lightning round.
Lightning round.
Lightning
Let's
round.
do it.
So this is how I end all my podcasts.
Okay.
All right. I asked you one of the questions already earlier about the 2 people you'd had dinner with.
Right.
But, man, this is, first of all, I want to say this is really good. We covered so much. We covered everything from, you know, personal training. We covered, like, mindset, gratefulness, all that good stuff. Sales. You know, we touched on that pretty briefly. Being social, I guess, or like kind of getting out of your head type of thing. Corrective exercise, Ayurveda. This is a very, very powerful couple hours. I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours, so good stuff. Lightning round is literally you answer the questions with like max 2 sentences, and then you explain in like 1 or 2 sentences. Okay?
Yeah.
So First one is, what's your favorite way to spend a rainy day?
A rainy day.
Rainy day.
I'm gonna be reading a book, and I'll be staying warm
Yeah.
under a blanket,
Yeah.
and ooh, yeah, that's how I'll be spending a rainy day.
All right. Reading a book under a blanket. All right. Okay. Question 2. What are 3 movies you can watch over and over again? Or
Three
you can,
movies.
Yeah. Or you can choose your 3 favorite movies of all time.
Sure. Pursuit of Happiness,
Pursuit of Happiness, classic.
Blood Diamond.
Oh, great movie.
Have you seen The Island?
Yeah.
It's just so
Saw it
good.
in English class in like 12th grade. The one
Yeah.
where they like have the clones and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was
So-
awesome.
Yeah. I hope I didn't spoil anything by saying the word clone.
Everyone's probably seen it by now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But that was a good movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have the same thing except for TV shows?
Except for TV shows.
Like, do you have the same thing? Top 3
oh,
TV
top
shows?
3. So Breaking Bad, Fresh
Okay.
Prince,
Classic.
and
Yeah.
Friends.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dang, Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still lives up, huh?
For sure.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Man, Fresh Prince is
when it
crazy.
comes to Friends,
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it for like the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And then when I watch it, when I'm like 80, 90,
Yeah.
it's going to be like watching it for the first time. It's going to be awesome!
Man, I remember watching it like as it would like come out on TV
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah, I'm like purposely avoiding it right now.
You're like
I
not
wanna
watching it on
forget
purpose?
it. I want to
Okay.
forget it.
Yeah.
Just like go 30, 40 years
Yeah,
without
and
it.
then be like, yo, I remember Chandler, bro. He's always just like, oh, rest in peace, by the way, dude. Chandler's like dude, that's crazy. It's crazy.
He was a victim.
Of what?
Matthew Perry was a victim
Of what?
of
Drowning?
the system,
Oh,
of
wow.
addiction.
Oh, that's how he died? I
Yeah.
thought he drowned.
No.
He drowned in his bathtub, right?
Dude, he like something with meds or alcohol.
No, wait. I thought he drowned in the bathtub.
No.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think so. No, he was an alcoholic, right?
Yeah, but like then again, what celebrity
But
is
I think that led to like his demise.
Oh.
I think. But he was a victim, man.
Okay, dang.
Yeah.
Dude, rest in peace, though, man. That guy's Chandler's a beast.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters. Give me your all-time NBA starting 5.
All-time NBA starting 5.
Yeah.
Oof.
Your personal, like, who's
my
who's,
favorites, or like
like-
who's like actually the best?
your personal top 5 favorites. Like
Top
your
5 favorites.
your top 5 favorite NBA players
Okay.
of all time.
I want to say Steve and Kobe, but they did not do well in LA together. But I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
so I'm gonna go Steve
Steve Nash.
in their prime, right?
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go at the center. I'm gonna go Shaquille O'Neal,
Shaq. Okay.
Yep.
Classic.
and then I got 2 other players, right?
2 other players.
So, this is tough.
Yeah. You can do it either by like you can do
Yeah.
like a you can do your top 5. You can do
Yeah.
a starting 5
Yeah.
or you can just do top 5. It doesn't have to be like, point guard, shooting guard, power forward, small forward, center. It can be like whatever.
top 5 players.
Yeah. Unless you want to give me
Yeah.
a top 5 NBA team.
Yeah. So, man, this is tough. I want to say Timmy D, man. Timmy Duncan. I want him on my team.
The
bro.
big fundamental.
Alongside with Shaq, bro.
The big fun
Yes.
dude, that'd be a crazy
Yes.
team.
Shaq, Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, Kobe
Kobe.
Bryant. And I'm going to go, my last player is going to be, man, this one's tough. I want a defender. I want like a pit bull. I want someone who's just gonna like be the dirty dude, like a Draymond Green type,
Like a Joakim
player.
Noah
like
type
a,
of guy.
like a Scottie Pippen type guy.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Scottie Pippen, Draymond Green.
Like a Dennis Rodman guy? What are you gonna say?
Kevin Garnett, baby.
Oh,
Let's
dude,
go.
Kevin Garnett.
I want to go big. I want to go
Dude,
big.
that's a
Yeah.
big team. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
except Steve Nash is like what, 6'1"?
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm gonna take out Shaq.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out Tim Duncan.
Okay.
So it's Shaq,
Shaq, KG.
KG, Steve Nash,
Nash,
Kobe
Kobe.
Bryant. I'm gonna go. This one's tough.
Yeah.
This one's tough. Let's go LeBron James.
Dang, yeah.
go
Okay,
LeBron
that's a solid.
James.
That's a
Let's go
big
LeBron
team.
James.
That's a big
Yeah,
team.
let's go LeBron James.
Dude, Steve Nash would be getting like 55 assists a game, bro.
Yeah.
He'd be just throwing alley oops
Yeah.
and everything all day.
Yeah. I like LeBron. I don't think he's a great individual talent. I think he's a
Yeah.
great team player.
He is, yeah. He's a great team player.
Yeah, I think he's a better team player than he is an individual talent.
Yeah.
My personal
Yeah.
view.
Also, Kobe gone too soon as well.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Kobe.
yeah. That'd be a phenomenal team to watch, man.
Yeah.
Be insane. They'd never lose a game, except to like I don't know, like if Shaq, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan were on the same team. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing some random names.
And Steph is nice though.
Yeah. Prime D Rose.
Yeah. Even Lucas on the come up, bro.
Bro, Luka, white Michael Jordan, bro.
Shit. That boy's dangerous.
Yeah, he is. Okay. We're almost done.
Yeah.
I need your hip hop albums.
Hip hop albums.
Three hip hop albums. You can be 3 any albums. They don't have to be
Yeah.
hip hop.
Okay.
3 albums you can listen to over and over again.
Sure.
Cover to cover.
Cover to cover.
And then right after that, I'm gonna ask you your top 5 rappers of all time, or like
Sure.
artists, whatever.
Okay. I think one of my favorite underrated albums is not underrated, but Channel Orange, Frank
Channel Orange,
Ocean.
Frank Ocean. Yep. Yeah.
I really love, Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon. That's a classic.
Man on the Moon 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both are great, but I would have to go with one. And then another album, right? Ooh, I'm gonna go. It's got to be either The Cool or Food and Liquor 1. It's got to be one of those. I'm gonna go with The Cool. I'm gonna go with The Cool.
The Cool?
I'm gonna go with
Solid.
The Cool. Yeah.
That's a tough choice, man.
Yeah.
You know, The Cool's on my top 3 as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I'm not
man.
surprised.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I'm a big Lupe guy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Man. Dang. Yeah. Once you listen to Samurai, bro, you gotta.
I'm gonna listen to
what
it
you
soon.
think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, you said 5.
5 hip hop artists.
Artists.
Yeah, they can be
Yeah.
any artist. I
Any
know you
artist,
just
yeah.
listen to a lot of rap, so
Yeah.
like I just figured that'd be
Any
the move.
artist?
But yeah, top 5 artists
Cool.
all time.
Cool. So I'm
Like
gonna
your
go,
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
no,
favorite.
yeah.
Cudi number 1.
Cudi. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Kanye number 2.
Kanye. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Russ is crept up there.
Russ.
number 3.
Russ on the
Yeah,
top
Russ
5
number
all
3.
time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Lupe,
Yep.
and then
Lupe Fiasco.
I'm gonna say personal. I'm gonna go. I've been liking Logic a little bit.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Logic
Yeah.
goes hard.
Yeah. I would say that's probably my top 5.
That's a great top 5, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. J. Cole, special shout out to J. Cole too.
J. Cole, 6th man.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench.
I love me some J. Cole though.
Oh man, 2014 Forest
Yeah.
Hills.
Yeah. I also
Great
love
album.
like The Weeknd.
Yeah.
I love Sam Smith. I love
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. I love, I even love like rock as well.
Yeah.
I fuck with rock.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
Like when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone had their rock phase in like high school. I was listening to a lot of like Rise Against and Foo Fighters.
My friends love Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, yeah.
I
Rise
saw them
Against.
live.
Yeah?
Yeah, ACL.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know like any of them.
Yeah, there's sometimes like one time I went to I remember like I'm a big Childish Gambino fan now, but
Yeah.
I went to his Because of the Internet tour.
Because of it.
And like I barely listened to Because of the Internet. I was just a huge fan of Camp, and like
Yeah.
I didn't know any of the Because of the Internet songs. But then he did some songs off Camp, and I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So cool, man. I think that's it for me. That was the last one.
It's my pleasure, bro. I love you so
Dude.
much, dude. Thank
Glad
you
we
for
made this
having
happen,
me
man.
on the Medium Rare podcast.
On the Medium Rare podcast, you know what it is.
Subscribe,
Catch you guys next. Oh,
share.
tell them where they can find you, real
Yeah,
quick.
find me, my first and last name on Instagram, Neil Daryani. You can go to Afraz's pages, go to who he's following. You can find me there.
There you go.
I like all his stuff, so
Hey, my man.
go to his Instagram. You can see I'm liking all his shit. So
Yeah, and Neil just started posting. He started making some content recently about meditation and mindfulness that you've been posting up there. So you posted up outside the house on a nice sunny day. In the shade, of course.
In the shade.
Yeah, but cool. We'll
Yeah.
catch you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, whoever you hang out with, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.